Hey everybody, hello, how are you? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Cards by Cheryl. Today I'm going to be making this pretty card. Isn't this pretty? So springy and fun. I would love to get this card. This card is going to be made using the Flowering Cactus Stamp and Die bundle. It's actually not a bundle, it's a kit. So let me show you the kit real fast. This is the kit that's currently available in the January to June mini catalog. It retails for $70, but you get the full stamp set, all of the dies, coordinated dies to go with it. You get 8 sheets of each of the designer series papers that are double-sided, couple rolls of really cool twine, and something a little different, which are these felt sheets. They have stitched and die-cut little flowers and designs that you can use to embellish your card with, which I have used on this card here. So that is the kit that's available right now, and that's the kit that I used to create this card. So if you bought my class from me, one of these kits would be in your packet, and it'll come like this, pretty pre-cut and ready to go. But I'm gonna walk you through how to make it today using this stamp and die set. Oh, and I did use the coordinating painted with texture embossing folder, and I'll show you that too. Okay, so I have a little packet already prepared just to kind of make this go pretty fast. We're going to start off with the Whisper White card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then we have a top layer, we have some designer series paper layers, and then we have a piece that will be embossed, which is this piece right there. So let's start out by doing that. Let's just get that out of the way, and then maybe we'll do some stamping. So the piece that we're embossing is basically just half the size of this. Did I do that right? Oh no, I don't have a top layer. This is for the inside. So it's basically, I cut a piece of paper that was 4 inches by 5 1/4, cut that in half, and this is the size that you emboss. So I'm just going to lay this in. I'm going to run this through my machine real fast. This is a 3D embossing folder, so it's a little bit thicker than normal folders, and so it does require a different sandwich if you're using the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. I have that machine in my other home back in Washington. I'm in Arizona right now, and so the machine I have here is the old Sizzix Big Shot that I have owned pre-Stampin' Up, so that's why I'm using that. So here it is. Isn't this pretty? Look at that gorgeous texture. This is Calypso Coral paper, by the way. And then I have all of these pieces. This is for the top. This is for the top. I have these other 2 pieces pre-cut for you, and I'll tell you the measurements. This is 4 inches by 2, so 2 by 4, and this is a 1/2 inch by 4. So we're just going to glue these down. I like to use Tumble Mono with my silicone mat. Keeps everything neat and tidy because nothing sticks to it, and I don't get my brand new, I just bought this, I don't get this all gunked up with glue. I've had the lid off for a few hours though, so it got a little clogged. But normally this glue does not clog at all. I love it. So we're just going to place this right up here. And what it's trying to achieve is the same width of border here on each side and here across the top. Okay, and then we're going to adhere this bottom piece so that it makes it real easy to center this piece when we put that in. So we'll glue up this one next. And again, looking for the same width of border on both sides. And using the glue gives you an opportunity to kind of shimmy it around a bit before it really sets. Now, if you're using your own kit for this, yeah, feel free to mix up the designs and the different series of papers. I did my card kit for this. It was 6 projects, so I was trying to use a little bit of each different design to showcase. And I just thought these were very pretty. Okay, the next layer is going to be this designer series paper. And this is 2.5 by 3.5. And then this is Calypso Coral, and it's just 1/8 of an inch wider on each end. So this would be 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. And that's just going to get glued on also. Center that just like so. Set that aside. That's going to get popped up with some dimensionals. So we can do that right now. And I put these away. Do I have enough on this sheet? These are Stampin' Dimensionals that are awesome for adding dimension to your cards. And they come in little strips or packs like this. And they have a mini size. And the cool thing about these is there's this little border piece. You can use those too. Don't let anything go to waste. So I'm just going to grab that piece, stick it there, and this piece, and give it some sturdiness in the center. And I'm going to use our Take Your Pick tool, and I like to pop off the round stickers this way because they all stick to the end. Then I can just grab them and put them right in the trash. I still end up with these stickers all over my house, but when you use the Take Your Pick tool, it helps keep it under control a little bit better. Oh, you know what I did? I jumped the gun a little bit. We're supposed to wrap the twine around this before we glue it down. So that's going to be a little tricky. So we're going to set it here on the silicone mat because even though I took the backing off it, it's not going to stick to this. So we can prepare the twine. And for this bow, it's a triple bow. And what I did was I cut 3 pieces of twine all the same length, bundled them together, and then I tied it around there. So we're going to start with 1 piece and carefully do this so that we don't get it stuck to the back. But I leave a tail of about 4 or 5 inches, and I put my thumb on it where I think the bow is going to be. I'm going to wrap it around and then pull out another 4 or 5 inches so that I can tie the rest of the bow, and I'm going to cut it. Oops. Uh-oh, I set that down. Ah, there we go. So then I'm going to cut this here. Then I'm just simply going to cut it 2 more times. And adding a couple of layers of this twine, because it's pretty thin twine, but tripling it up like this really gives it great dimension. I love the final look of all of this flowy twine. Okay, so here we have it, and just for kicks, I'm going to tell you it's about 12 inches long. It's about 1 foot long. So again, I'm going to leave about a 5-inch tail like this. Grab my panel, and I have my bow kind of off to the left side here. So I'm going to put my thumb right about here where I want the bow to be. I'm going to wrap it around and mist my adhesive. Set it down on my silicone mat so that it doesn't stick when I have to pick it up. And I'm just simply going to tie my bow. And if you've seen my videos before, I love to use my EK Success retractable tweezers, which are these. When you push them, they open up, and when you release, it lets go. So you push to open up, and then let go to release it, and it clamps it down. And then it holds it for you while you tie your bow. I've seen some people do this with a not a paper clip, a clothespin. But I thought the clothespin might be a little bit too bulky. So I like using this tweezers. It's a trick I learned years ago. I can't even remember who I saw it from. But so here's our pretty little floofy bow, and you can pull each end so that each of the loops of the bow becomes a little bit of a different length, so it even looks more dimensional. Okay, so we got that done. And don't do what I did. Leave your backing on before you have to tie your bow. Then this is just going to get centered on the top. Just like that. Okay? Next, we're going to do a little bit of stamping. And I have used the Oval Occasions double oval punch, which looks like this. This is awesome. I love this punch. And this one, for this card, I just used the simple oval. I didn't use the scallop, but they're great for layering if you wanted to layer. Okay, so I'm going to grab up my little mini stamp pad that I use to stamp on, so I have some cushion underneath my pad, my stamp. And the stamp I'm using is "You Are a Rare Find, My Dear Friend." I'm going to put this on my B block because it fits perfectly. You could also put it on your G block, which is a long and skinny one. It fits on there too. And let's see, I used Mossy Meadow for this ink color, but you could use black, Memento black, or whatever color you have that might look nice, coordinate nice. But because I have that little Mossy Meadow strip in the center of this card, I wanted to pick up that as kind of coordinating color. So ink this up. Try not to get my head in the way while I try to center this. Yay, I did it. Close this for now. And the other thing we're going to need is these little pieces here. And I've already lost a purple embellishment somewhere. It's probably stuck to my shirt. But good news, I have more. Okay, so this is going to go right here. And so we're going to need a little dimensional to put on the side of that. And I just happen to have a package of these mini dimensionals, which are super cute in size. Stick that right on the end so it hangs over and acts as support because we popped up that layer here. And then I'm going to glue this down. Just a little bit of glue. Doesn't need much. So pretty. Then this I didn't pop up with the dimensional because I already have one layer, but you could. It would be so pretty popped up. Actually, let's do it. You only live once, right? I'm going to use just a little piece of this leftover. Slap that right in the center. Put that there. Now we have a couple of these little purple giggies that I am going to fix on here. And I did learn that glue dots with these do not work. So you have to glue them down because the fabric just pulls away from the sticker. So we're going to use our glue. And for these little guys, I like to use a tweezers. And I thought that was cute right there. And be sure to let it dry. Hold it a little pressure on them for a few minutes. I thought this sticking under this little corner right here, I thought it looked like a flower sticking out. So I thought that was cute. And then, because I lost my third one, I can't believe I lost it. Oh no, here it is, it fell on the floor. My third one is going to go, let's see, where did I put it? I think I'm going to put it up here. I had it on my original card here, but that purple flower is so pretty. I think I'm going to put it up here. So let that dry for a minute. Give these a little tap, tap, tap. And while these are drying, we'll work on the inside. So let's set that up there for a second. So this is what the inside looks like. So we're going to do a little bit of stamping. And this extra sheet is also included, and it's pre-cut to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. So it leaves a little bit of a border. There's no overhang. The stamps we used are this little guy right here, and then these 2 flowers right here. And I tried to coordinate the ink with the purple flowers on the front. So we're going to use Highland Heather, and then we're going to use, where did my pear pizzazz go? Do I have it out somewhere? No, that's lost in the Here it is. We're going to use pear pizzazz and Highland Heather. And then I'm going to use, this is my other stamping mat that has paper on it, so it protects the mat, because I'm going to stamp off a little bit. Whoops. So we're going to start with this guy. This is actually kind of a big block for this. This is my A block, and set that up like that. So if you look at my example, I have stamped 1, 2, 3 little cactuses, and then I come back in with flowers. So we're going to try to mimic that. It doesn't have to be exact, doesn't have to be perfect. 1, 2, 3. So there's our 3 cactus. Then we're going to put the flowers on. And if I recall, I had to use a little bit of a Post-it note to mask. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So this is a little sticky Post-it note, which is going to come in handy in a second. So get out our purple Highland Heather. And I think these are designed so that you can stamp at once. So I think what I tried to do was go like that. Yeah, so that kind of looks like they're together. Then I take this little one, and I only ink up the little one, and I'm going to use my Post-it note just to protect, because I'm going to put a flower right there. So I use my Post-it note to protect this from getting anywhere else. And I just put a flower right there. And then I'm going to do another big flower, just a big flower. So I'm going to also protect the area by masking a little bit. And I'm going to put the big flower right there. There. See how cute that is? Oh my gosh, I love it. Close this up. Did I stamp a sentiment? No, I did not. So now we are almost done. Grab our card. We're going to use some Stampin' Seal, because we don't really need glue to put this on. Just a little bit holds it. There you go. Very sweet card. Okay. I'm so happy you guys joined me today. Thank you for watching. And if you're interested in any of the supplies I used in these cards, I will have them linked below. There will be a link to my online store where you can shop too. I'd love to earn your business. Please use, if you can, I'd love for you to use my March host code, which is right here. And that will help me earn some rewards that I can turn around and pass on to you. If your order is over $150 or over, you're going to not want to use that, because then you can get your own rewards. Okay, I'm gonna keep on trucking. I've got some more videos to make, so I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.